Hey everybody, and welcome to day 8 of the 2025 Halloween movie marathon, where, you should know by now, but basically every day I'm watching a horror movie, just totally random horror movie, whatever. Uh, I got like a big list and I try to pick from that, but sometimes I might just find something on Netflix or whatever. Um, and also watch a Godzilla movie. So I'm just kind of going through those in more or less order. I might switch things around a little bit, or earlier on I kind of screwed up and watched Rodan and Mothra out of order. None of that really matters. Today we're talking about, first of all, stop motion. This is one of those movies where it's kind of less of a horror movie and more of just like depressing. There's a lot of horrifying aspects. Essentially, this lady is like a stop motion technician. I don't know what the word would be for it. She works in stop motion, where they like move dolls and stuff very, very barely and then take a frame, and then it's a very arduous process. But she's making movies for her mom, and then her mom is very overbearing, and then her mom, kind of like she doesn't die, but she like goes into more or less a coma and like is dying. And then the poor lady just has basically a huge mental breakdown, and it's very obvious from the get-go what's going on. But really, it's just a very unusual woman having an extreme, intense mental breakdown, and it is fascinating and depressing, and it's pretty crazy. I don't really want to give it away, but yeah, if you watch this movie, it's pretty obvious what's going on. If you have like an inkling of like who someone might be, you're probably right. And yeah, I feel bad for everybody involved. Really, the movie, I'll just say this, really the movie to me was about the importance of self-worth and making sure you have that, and also not trying, and less so not trying to chase perfectionism, especially if you're lacking in that self-worth and you don't even really know what that means. And also probably like have hobbies outside of your job and don't let your mother dictate your life, otherwise you'll like go nuts. And yeah, I don't want to spoil it, so I don't want to say that. You'll do nuts things, you'll do crazy shit. So just practice self-worth. If you're like an artist or whatever, maybe you're not like the best at it, but just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, just a smidge. You deserve it. Just a little bit of belief for you as a treat. Moving on from just basically depressing last thing, there's a lot of stop motion in it, and it's very interesting and it's well done, and they mix stop motion with like live action footage, and they do all kinds of crazy things as her like psyche fragments more. Visually very interesting to watch. Really ugly though, like in a good way, because it's like, that should make sense. If you watch horror movies, you should understand what I mean. Like it's a beautiful take on hideousness. Yeah, I don't know, that makes sense to me. Moving away from that though, and much less what's the word, esoteric, we got Invasion of the Astro-Monster, which just reading about it kind of confused me, because it kind of sounded like just the same movie that we just watched, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, but really it's a very different movie. Going full on in the B-movie sci-fi aspects here, we got like the silliest looking aliens called the Zillennials. Zillennials? No, they're not Zillennials. They're just Zillions? Exians? Xylians? I don't know. Xylians. And they come and they're just like, yo, Ghidorah is fucking up our planet. Could we borrow Godzilla and Rodan? Because they will be extremely useful in fighting him off. And the people are like, yeah, we can do that. So they let him do that. And then as soon as the aliens get him back, they're just like, we know that we told you in exchange for Godzilla and Rodan, we were going to help you cure cancer. But actually, we're colonizing your planet. We're going to kill all of you who don't go along with what we say, and we will utilize Ghidorah, Godzilla, and Mothra to destroy you. Not Mothra, sorry, Rodan, to destroy you if you don't obey us. So yeah, this one's very, very human heavy. I mean, aliens too, but it's like human actors. I mean, well, I guess they're human actors in the rubber suits. Whatever. It's not about the kaiju so much. There's very, very little of that as per usual, but it felt like even less so than usual. Um, and it was pretty good. I mean, like, it's a B movie sci-fi, so like if you can get into that mindset, it's interesting. But if you can't get in that mindset, you'll just be like, this is hokey garbage, and that's legit. I'm kind of curious why Japanese aliens look like that. They just got these like weird suits, these like super thin glasses, and like just like a single antenna sticking straight up. Oh no, I'm breaking the illusion of the camera. Oh god. But yeah, they look dorky in a way that appeals to me. Um, but I could understand someone just being like, this is hokey garbage. But, you know, I'd say this is still maybe a little worse overall, but I'm still really enjoying getting more into, like, maybe it's because I'm just used to what Godzilla movies are in the Showa era. But I thought it worked overall. And this is the movie that introduces the Godzilla dance, where he like jumps up celebratorily, and it's a big GIF and meme. Most people have probably seen it to some degree or another. And if you haven't, you should look up the Godzilla dance. It's like a couple seconds, and it's adorable and doesn't make any real sense. I'm just kind of rambling because I don't really have a lot to say about this, but this is another like direct follow up to the last movie. Not a lot of kaiju action. The kaiju actions there is kind of silly. And then it's another case of where they just like defeat Ghidorah by like kind of slapping him around a very little bit, a very small amount. And then he just flies off into space, I guess. I don't know. Oh yeah, this whole movie is about how they discover another planet hiding behind Jupiter and they just fly there. I don't know. But whatever. B movie sci-fi, what do you expect? It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Not my favorite. Fortunately, another day, another lack of a bonus. Been a busy week for me. Hopefully, I will be able to read some more horror comics over the next couple days so I can chat about those a little bit, because I really do like talking about horror comics. It's a cool medium for horror. It's a cool medium in general, but I think horror comics are pretty neat and weirdly often overlooked, despite the fact that they were such a prevalent genre back in the day pre-superheroes. But that's an aside that doesn't really matter. What does matter is that I hope that you're having a spooktacular Halloween. You're staying scary, you're eating lots of candy, and you're staying out of the hospital. So, you know, go out there, scare some kids, dress up like a skeleton, rip all your flesh off, be a skeleton, scare some kids, and stay safe.